Okay, let's do take two. See if it gives me a chat doc this time. Looks like it's thinking about it.
You got a new one up, I should be saying.
It'll take 15 seconds or whatever.
Got upcoming.
Yeah. Hi again. We'll see if this works better this time.
Okay, that looks better.
You're still spinning.
Yeah, I just loaded this one up.
Back in.
Okay.
Well, we sound good. The problem is we're trying to get the video quality.
All right. Well, it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah.
The problem is, Jean Ricard, we're not in Denmark.
No, we're not. We are in Austria.
We are in Österreich.
Österreich. So, yeah, it's just rotating. What's it saying? We're dropping. Really isn't saying we're dropping.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, they're over there.
Drop frames 42%.
Well, that's better than it was. So, but yeah, I'm spinning on my device.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it as it is.
I have to turn volume down, but yeah, we're back there. So, hi everybody to this crazy, messed up, but yeah, it's just it's not great internet here. Sorry.
Get the cursor from my face.
Beep. Nobody could see that cursor but
I
you.
know, but I could. So hey,
Nobody
Dino.
sees it. Hey, Dino, Joseph, how are you guys? Yeah, it is what it is. We got it. We can only accept what we got here. We're just hoping it stays up because it was my chat was freezing up and then it disconnected the chat, so we were still broadcasting.
We understood, John.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yes, we're having a great time.
Speak up.
We're having a great time.
Project.
Yep. Rain this evening. It got pretty cool
We've
here.
had a lot of rain this afternoon, evening.
Just off and on, yeah. But
it's needed it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I don't know, a lot to talk about since last Friday.
Yeah, since last Friday.
Here, why don't you move in that way more? And then, there we go. There. And I'll push it back just to get it. Got to get our spacing. Thank you. Hey, Andrew Turnage is here. Nice to see you, Andrew Turnage. So I guess we should go and see which Knights of the Rhomboid table have made it in today. So we'll click on that one. And let's just see what participants we can get. Hey, Andrew Turnage. Nice to have you. Anfield Road, Loudon Loughley. Great to see you. Hot Dog Pilot. Jean Ricard, Joseph Agliato, the Sergeant at Arms. We have Model Railway Shed. Dino is here. Thomas Splitrock is here. Warwick Road Andy. And yes, the lighting is bad in this corner. We are in a very old
on the top floor, no less.
We're in the well, we're not the top floor. There is an attic above us and a group of high-rise apartments out the window, but we're in an old apartment building in Salzburg, Austria, and Salzburg is a very, very beautiful city.
It is
very cool. It's been weird for the last 3 days. Well, 2 days. I wake up and my brain goes, I'm in Salzburg, Austria, and it's hit me more than anything since Liverpool. I mean, waking up in Liverpool, I kept waking up going, I'm in Liverpool. And even though we had a great time in Freiburg and our time in Stuttgart was great, I don't know why. I can't explain psychologically what it is, but it's like Salzburg, Austria. Maybe because it's the first time I've really spent time in Austria. And I mean, we're surrounded by mountains, which makes broadcasting even more fun on the web.
Yeah, no doubt. Although the water pressure is terrific.
Yeah, we do have it.
Whoosh.
Paulius,
Sweat right away.
The gentleman that owns the building or runs the building here where we're staying, is amazing. And I am booted off chat again.
Dang.
So yeah, I switched to participants. Somebody had just come in, so I'm just gonna have to trust you reading that one because the chat's still working there. Colin just came in.
Yeah. Yeah, Efo's in, Ben's in from Eagle Creek.
Yeah, I just saw Colin came in. Colin,
It's
oh, it's so awesome. You've actually got an
Austria, it's
evening.
9:30 here.
Mick and Efo, yeah, we're an hour ahead of you in the UK instead of 5 hours behind you. We're an
Right.
hour ahead of you in the UK, and all our
Which
European
means we're
continental
tired.
friends. Yeah, that's why we don't broadcast 2.5 hours because it'd be midnight by the time we were done. Mick is here. I saw Mick come in.
Yeah, the scenery is just gorgeous.
But
the city's gorgeous, but everything around the city is so pretty.
we're gonna use that. So
Yeah,
the scenery is gorgeous. It is just everywhere you look, it's beautiful, and just riding the trains. Although today riding trains was a wild story.
Yeah, it was a little wild.
But oh my gosh, I saw Jean Ricard already asked, and I guess we should probably get into it. In the last week, we've been to 3 model train places or displays. We went to the Märklineum World in TDZ, but we talked about that last
Yeah,
Friday.
that's a little one. Yeah.
But then we went to the Märklin factory and the Märklineum about 3 days ago now.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was really cool. Now the sad part is they normally give you tours. They let you go through the factory, and the tours were not happening. They had stopped the tours for a couple of days. I don't know why. They didn't say why. They just said no factory tours today. And then they had a couple of dates listed there. Yeah, don't shrink that one. I'm relying on that one now.
You know, it was spinning.
Oh, was it? Uh-oh. So I don't know if we're still on or not.
Yeah, I think we are.
Mostly.
Well,
So it's hard to. I tried to upload pictures, but I don't know how well things are going to do here, especially since so we're just going to have to talk and maybe make this a short one. Because I tried to format everything for the usual 1080 and I just reduced everything to 720, which makes it a little harder. And I'm trying to post videos.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so the Märklineum was real cool. Very cool. Now it's modeled on the Black Forest, just sort of a generic sense of the Black Forest.
It was really cool. The Black Forest was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard Brown just came in. Nice to have you, Richard Brown. Or you can be the official greeter when you see new names coming in. Because I am getting no chat on my board. I do get the participants list,
which isn't accurate either.
Which isn't updating anymore either. So Dino says, have I experienced the trains yet? So yours is now behind. It's hard to tell which chat. No, we have not ridden the rail jet yet. We have not.
We rode a day jet today.
We rode a city jet today.
City jet. That's it.
We rode a city jet today, but not the rail jet. So all right. So let's talk the Märklineum. The Märklineum was, again, I think we've said about 5 times now, was really cool. We had one little complaint, which is their nighttime sessions are too long. Now, they've got it all mathematically so that it's like 12 hours day, 12 hours night squeezed into, but it's nighttime too often,
Yeah, well, it's cool to see all the lights at night. I mean, you guys will turn your lights off and show all your lights on your layouts. but it got to be too much. It's just, do it shorter and maybe not as frequently. And really, it was as much. I mean, you can't see all the details in the dark, and so you can't take pictures or film in it. I thought so. That was that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, though, my first impression we walked in was, holy moly, they spent €1 billion on just trees. Yes.
Yeah,
Wow, just trees.
I
And
think both
it was a
labs or
black
so.
forest, so it was trees and trees.
But
And they look really good. They were high
but
quality
we
trees, too.
filmed that in 4K. Joyce took a crap load of pictures. Like if you're following us on Facebook, Joyce takes all the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I do the video, and we filmed the Märklineum in 4K. And you got, like we did a live stream from Miniature Wonderland. You got a live. Well, you didn't get a live tour, but you got it as it was happening. I didn't edit any of that. I was filming in 4K,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me 3 days to both burn it because
Right. It
because it
was
was such massively heavy
incredible.
data that my computer was struggling with it because this is my laptop.
Hey,
And
Flymo.
hey, Flymo, how are you? Nice to have you here. Um,
And we are having a great time.
yes, we are having a great time and enjoyed another. The last 2 days, we've kind of taken the evenings off rather than just keep going, just to kind of. Today we had to, it was raining, but it was kind of
Mm-hmm.
planned anyhow because we knew we were live streaming. So the Märklineum was really cool. The Märklin shop was very nice, but and again, this is nothing on Märklin. This is me on me. I had expectations that they might have some older models
Mm-hmm.
that you can't get out at the other stores anymore. You know that you have to special order them anymore. That they didn't. Although they did have a second hand shop, which I found interesting. Uh,
Yeah, that is cool.
Things that had been returned for I don't want it.
Okay, Andy Dobson's here, and Lindy says she's here for now. We're here for now. So hi,
Kaya! Hi,
Kaka.
Kaya!
Oma loves you.
Kaya!
Oma.
And Lindy and Chris.
Oh, of course, and Lindy and Chris and everybody else.
So there was a couple of unique things that the Märklin shop had a couple of things on shelf that are not released to the stores yet, which I found really
That
interesting.
is interesting.
But again, Lip is like,
Aficionado Chris, and yeah, we're
hi,
having
Chris.
a wonderful time on our
Yeah.
trip.
Broadcasting from a little room in Salzburg, Austria. So the Märklineum, and again, I want to show you pictures, but I think it just, if I try to increase these, you might be able to see, um, a little bit of the. Hey, Tom, there you are. Hey, Tom, and hoping Tim JD makes it in quick. And so, I do have different pictures that I can bring in. But again, these are not going to be the great resolution. You should go to our Facebook page, which is Anthony Dodge. But this is half of it, I think, or maybe just a little more than half of it. Here you can see this picture. Um, this is a great picture Joyce took to really give you now. The only way it would be better is if there were a person standing to the side so you could get an idea of just how big this thing really is.
It was very big. Yeah, indeed.
But just well done,
Mm-hmm.
beautifully modeled, um, some cool water techniques, and just absolute stunning buildings.
You can see the catenary in that picture.
Obviously it's all Märklin.
Right, yeah, all Märklin. They had the projectors screens on the back with the different things in the background.
So which one did we not do yet? Was it 9? Okay, 10 is the one we haven't shown yet.
Okay.
Bring it up. There we go.
Yeah, it's a U-shaped layout.
It's more like a W shape.
Okay.
Kind of how mine was originally going to be, and then decided it wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So these are just some random images, but
Speaking of Tim JD.
hey, there's Tim JD. It's Ears We're Burning. We mentioned him. He's coming in on time. We started early.
Hi is in.
Hey, hi, how are you? Um, so the thing is, the Märklineum is 5 floors. The basement, the bottom level, the Untergeschoss, is the layout. And then the second floor is the shop, the entrance, the shop. They also have a walk-in repair where, like, you could just walk into the factory and say, "Here, fix this."
Yeah, we kind of wish we'd known that. Anthony
Yeah,
could have brought a couple
guess I
along.
should have read the fine print better. I could have brought a couple other little things along and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, would you fix this up for me?"
We're visiting.
But and then but the second floor also has a walk around. I got to keep this in the 720. I'm doing a 1080. It's got a walk around so you can see the entire layout from above.
Right.
So so that was very cool, very easy to stand the next level and look down and get sort of that bird's eye view, or what would you call it today, drone view.
Birds are still around.
And then the next 3 levels are the Märklin Toy Museum. All these Märklin toys, some of them going back, actual versions from the 1870s and 1880s, which was just, excuse me, hiccups, real cool. So we just got a couple of example pictures, so just bear with us. This is not my home computer where I can set this up and just really make it sing. But, yes, all kinds of trains. What happened? Oh, there you're back.
Yes, server 505.
It says we're still live.
Yeah. Let's go. Had a 505 error come up. That's so scary. Guess it's better than a 404.
No.
It's not.
But just.
Oh, hey, Raymond Anthony.
Hey, Raymond Anthony, great to have you here. So just trying to go through all these pictures. Like, for example, today Joyce took 255 pictures.
I just took a picture of everything. Figured you could do whatever you wanted with it.
Just these toys. And guys, there was 3 floors of this.
Right.
So there was just 3 floors. So I'm only just giving you samples, and it was just filled. It was just filled. I mean, shelves like this. This was when you got into the model train area. It was just 2 floors of just cases and cases of all these models going through the Märklin history. Eras, not errors. Well, maybe errors too.
So that was pretty cool.
But like, here's some old model kitchen stoves, and these things actually cooked. Oh, they must have been dangerous hazards back in the day.
No kidding.
Everybody saying hi to each other.
Yeah, a couple people posting their things, which is good, because we always encourage that.
But it was just, it was so amazing.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Just so many cool things, and I can't show it. And I will post. Let me go back to this. I will be posting probably after I get home to America. I will be posting a separate video of the toy museum from the Märklineum, because it took literally 18 hours for my 44-minute video to upload.
It did.
And it took 16 hours for it to burn.
Go up on the Facebook.
No, to burn it once I created it with my video editor to then burn the file that I could load up. So it was almost 3 full days from the time I put it together and told my system to.
For those guys, for those of you who were waiting for it, took a lot longer than we thought it would.
It was.
To say we were at home, this would be a lot easier.
And so the Märklineum was great. If there were we already mentioned the one critique, which we mentioned in the video we posted, which was the night was just too long. I mean, it was set to be equal day and night, but it cycled every 10 minutes, and then you just had 5-10 minutes of night followed by 5. And it was too long, because yes, it's nice to see the lights, but when you're trying to really see the layout, you want the lights on so you can really see all the detail. So it was a little frustrating. And then the other thing, which again, not a negative, is they only had a couple little push button activation things where you push a button and something starts up, like the carnival.
In Märklineum?
Yeah, at Märklin.
I don't know any of them, to be honest.
So that was the Märklineum.
Mm-hmm.
And then today boy, we got a long story about just getting there, but yeah, it was a hassle to get to Porsche's Traumwerk.
It was.
But Porsche's Traumwerk, wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy.
All right, let's put the one negative about Porsche's Traumwerk out there and just move on from it, which is
the trees.
The trees.
Yeah.
When you see them in video and everything else, they're very cool. When you're up close, they're clearly well made, kind of expensive, but they're also very plasticky, cheap.
And
they just looked wrong up close.
From the Black Forest, Märklineum,
yeah,
and coming into these, these are I didn't like
Miniature Wonderland, and
they got better when you got around the corner.
You know, Miniature Wonderland and Märklineum really put a lot of effort into very diverse mixed trees to really make each tree separate. Porsche's came off an plastic assembly line. They're still very cool. They look great on the layout, but they're definitely not as cool as the trees you see. Now, if you don't know, Porsche's Traumwerk is situated in the middle of nowhere in the Alps, north of Salzburg. It's very pretty.
Pretty area.
Just be thankful that cameras don't have the ability to smell, because there are cow farms surrounding the place. It's in the middle of nowhere.
And it had rained, so everything was freshly ripe.
So, but the trees were not, and there's only 10 billion of them. Now, Traumwerk, but again, Traumwerk is stunning. Stunning, absolutely.
It's bigger.
It's bigger than Märklineum, much bigger. Stunning views, absolutely ridiculously gorgeous trains, stations, everything they did. It just, those trains seem to just bring it down, or the trees, not the trains.
Yeah,
the trees. Just,
I wouldn't mark it down that.
I wouldn't mark it down that much, but it was. But that's the one negative. So now we can just go to the glowing positives. It's worth every dime. I think we paid 15 and a half each, 16 and a half euros each. Worth every penny.
Yeah, it was very cool.
The Märklineum, for example, was 11 euros each.
Yeah.
So even.
So I don't know what you're gonna say. What I found really cool about it, and there was so much cool about it, because again, it was doing the mountains of Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. So it was
right. It is representing this area around Salzburg, where the Porsche family has their properties, and some of their old original factories are in this region. So it's really just a bit of Switzerland, Austria, and southern Germany.
The bridges were.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow, were they cool.
And it's high.
Yeah, it's very, very high up out of
easily. Let's try to share some pictures to get that across. Although we did upload a couple of quickies, but yeah, I'll bring each of these up. There you go. You can't tell how high this is, but the camera is above eye level. The camera that I'm holding is over my head, and you can still see it goes very high up there. I'm going to zoom that. And you can see these trees, they look good. They look good. They're just, there was something to us about them. It was like the same tree over and over and over again, just slightly different colors at times. I'm sure people are going, what are you complaining about those trees? Yeah, sure. They're like, you're crazy. They were really good.
So yeah, the bridges were stunning. And I really enjoyed.
But I mean, it's beautiful. That's why I said, don't take our criticisms of the trees too far.
At all, yeah. But there were a lot of trains that were really, really awesome, and they were pants.
Okay, well,
I understand. So, the Faller car, the other systems that they had, those are really cool. They had a lot of movement away from the tracks too, which I liked.
Yeah, it was but yeah, just beautiful people. Just beautiful layout. I've got just selected some random pictures to bring out some of it. But like here, this is one of the taller areas. That's probably the tip of that mountain is somewhere right up here. The modeling starts here and they floated into the background scene. But up there at the very tip of these two tall mountains here, easily 18 feet above the floor.
Oh, for sure.
And
Yeah, 6 meters or something.
yeah, it was easily, yeah, yeah, 5 to 6 meters easily. It was just amazing. In fact, that's where I might get into the other quote complaint is but yeah, you could just amazing work, just amazing.
The how did it compare to
Well, we'll
Wonderland?
get to that. We'll
Well,
get to
no, the
that.
day and night was all.
Yeah.
Fairly similar. Definitely different productions though about it.
Just bouncing around. They were just, there was so much here. And I've got more pictures to share. I think this is a great one that if I could see this on the big screen TV, I think it would just really be Joyce. This is a great picture by Joyce. You get a lot of the depth, how deep it goes. Um, they do seasonal, so there's a fall section, a spring section, a summer section, and a winter section. The winter section is amazing, but this is just a beautiful picture by Joyce.
Yeah, I don't know how they deal with a derailment on those ones that are way up.
Yeah, step ladder time.
Oh, at least.
They actually were working on a light. There a section on one of the stations. A section on one of the stations had apparently shorted out because they were in there frantically trying to put new wiring in and redo it. So obviously things they had to work on. Let's see. So where are we at? We want to go Traumwerk, back to Traumwerk 2. So there was that picture. What's that? Okay, here's one of the big stations with a rail jet in it. But yeah, they had some really impressive stations, long platforms, just really beautiful.
Okay, they went with an EF2.
Okay, they called that an EF2. Just amazing, amazing. Okay, so let's bring this one up now. And again, I'm just trying to share pictures with you. And we still got so much to talk about. But here is one of the little corner areas. And again, they don't leave a square inch plane. Like Miniature Wonderland, they do a beautiful job of blending the scenery into the computer animated backdrop.
Well, one of the things I noticed right away was the number of projectors
I think this
they
is the
had,
winter.
Which was more
Yeah,
than
here's the winter.
anywhere else we had seen.
Here's one of your winter pictures
Yeah,
I got in there.
Yeah, they were skiing.
Yeah. Just absolutely.
I wouldn't consider this frantic until the nighttime. And then that would be, you probably wouldn't like it.
I
So
don't know how. that's all I can show you of that because
Yeah.
my CPU usage
Going
just
on
shot up to
high.
88%.
Yeah. So the
So bring it back down.
I nearly shit
Cool
myself.
down, cool down.
Sorry, honey. Um, yeah, it is a really cool light show. But it is frantic, and
Totally unrealistic to reality, but it's cool nonetheless.
it's
Very cool.
it's a cool
It's
a
there
cool thing.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that video eventually, but maybe not real soon.
our friend Mark Bascom, Model Rail Fantasia, did mention to us. He says it's not fair to compare the three places, Miniature Wonderland, the Märklineum, and Porsche's Traumwerk. It's not fair to compare them, but we're going to be unfair.
Well,
okay, so let's talk about the day-night thing. I think I like the way Miniature Wonderland does it, where you get about 10 minutes of light. What did I?
Obviously, you did. Oh, I really should. Because they had the volume up, so it came out louder than
sorry.
Yeah, we don't have the volume up at all.
Oh, I should have been looking at the volume bar. So sorry. Okay.
Well, okay.
So those of you that can still hear us, because we'll have to start whispering in about 5 minutes because Austria has a sound law. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Ruhezeit. Yeah. Okay, so anyhow, in terms of how they do day and night, I like the cycle that Miniature Wonderland does. I like it much more daylight hour than a quick nighttime, just to light everything up and then fade back.
I think Americans is too long or too often myself.
No, I'm saying Miniature Wonderland.
I think Miniature Wonderland's too long.
All right, now you're in trouble. Okay, the Märklineum, the night was too long. Porsche's, I felt the night was
not too bad,
but it wasn't too bad. Out. But to be honest, it was probably spaced out a little better. It's a much more gradual. Mm-hmm. Now the thing is, when you go to Miniature Wonderland, they don't project any weather on the walls or anything. There's no.
Can you guys hear us, or have you lost us?
I think they're all teasing.
I think they're teasing too, but I'm not sure. Well, maybe not.
Well, my mic says it's working.
Yeah. Did you lose volume?
There's only one way to do this. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. They're giving us grief.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, guys. We really didn't mean to hurt you.
We didn't mean to hurt your ears, but I guess I should have checked that. So anyhow, now so Märklin doesn't project anything that shows weather, day, sky, clouds. The Märklineum has a big wall that curves around 1/4 of the layout. You know, the layout is kind of rectangular just in terms of the room. You know, it's longer one way than it is wide. And on the one end, they have a big, and it's beautiful, great sound effects, nice weather effects, very, true sky and everything else. Now, the Porsche, it's all 4 walls. Hey, Joel YT, welcome in. The Porsche, it's all 4 walls have the weather system, and it's done excellently. So in terms of the weather graphics, Porsche wins hands down. It's amazing.
Agreed.
Now Porsche
fireworks in 3 different places, and then there's a thunderstorm over the snowy mountain.
Yep. And now Porsche has absolutely no interactive activities.
Hi, Mom and Sons.
Hey, Ray and Tammy. There's no interaction. So does it hurt with that? I obviously, as a model layout enthusiast, I don't miss not being able to push buttons. But obviously, the people that go to Miniature Wonderland, there's so many interesting things to do and make happen. You're conditioned to hit buttons. So there's only a couple at the Märklineum and none at Porsche. But Miniature Wonderland to me is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. I don't think Porsche, although, and again, I will give Porsche credit. I think their mountain sculpting, because they're trying to create very specific areas, I think their mountain sculpt, their Alps might be better done than the ones that Miniature Wonderland do. But Miniature Wonderland did theirs 10 years ago.
Right.
And techniques have improved. And yes, Miniature Wonderland tries to go through and upgrade, whereas the Porsche was opened about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And so, they get the benefit of they're building with new. But Porsche went with the tech, the lighting game, the disco lighting effects and all that.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. All three are beautiful. Okay. They're done.
Randall.
Hey, Randall, great to have you here. They're done at such an awesome level. And so I totally agree. It's unfair to compare them. But the minute you start saying, well, Porsche does this better, you have to say, yeah, but Porsche is, well, the Märklineum is the newest of the three.
Mm.
And the thing is, but you also, I think, you see cross fertilization where
Sounds cool, Joel.
You see cross fertilization where we saw a couple of things at the Märklineum, including a water effect scene they were doing that was very similar to what Marklin or Miniature Wonderland just opened.
And then just said, we can top that.
And I think what happened is Miniature Wonderland people went down to the Märklineum to see it and said, that's a cool water feature.
Yeah.
Took that idea of projected water and said, but how could the one thing is with that projected water, it looked great at the Märklineum, but it was still kind of fake because even though you see the waves, the ship is static and not moving, and the waves, it's just projected.
Nothing else is moving.
Nothing's moving. Marklin said, what?
It does look cool.
It's very cool. But
does it better.
Miniature Wonderland does do it better, but I think Miniature Wonderland must have looked at that and said, how did they do that? How can we do it better? Hey, McCarville Studios, how are you, man? We are here live in Salzburg.
VR is here.
It's actually dark now in Salzburg. It's kind of dark. The sun has gone behind the mountains, although actually we had clouds, so it is a little darker out there than it would be.
Benchmark for sure.
Hey, 156 Andrew as well. So we've had quite a few. So it's unfair to compare because the Märklineum and Porsche are both much newer. And then you say, okay, the only fair thing to do is to compare the newest things at Miniature Wonderland to the things done in the same time period at Porsche and that. And when you go to Miniature Wonderland's newest stuff, like their Antarctic bit, and again, they all feed off of each other, and they're all beautiful. They're all cool. They're all worth the price of admission. If you like model trains, even if you don't like model trains, this is something. I mean, we have. Hey, Ewan, nice to have you here. It's just they're all amazing. Miniature Wonderland, a little bit smarter in that they built themselves up in a big city, easy to get to.
Right.
Whereas the Märklineum is at the Märklin factory in Göppingen, and yes, it's the factory where they do make things.
Have a bus that has a bus stop right at their front door.
The Porsche. All right, work with me. We're going.
Sorry.
We're in Göppingen right now.
I didn't think
so Göppingen is a small town, but it's close to Stuttgart, and it's easy, relatively easy to get to the rail line, and then it's a bit of a walk to find it, but 10-minute, 15-minute walk.
Yeah, we're struggling, Michael. We're not at home.
Yeah, our frame rate's horrible.
Yeah, we know that.
We're prisoners. We're prisoners of the internet that we're using.
Well, I'm sure you would rather see the basement. But what the heck? It's Friday night. We're here.
Yeah, it's
it's incredible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new one. It's amazing. And then Porsche is in the middle of nowhere. You're
it's
about by car by.
house.
By car, it's 30 minutes from
It's
Salzburg.
beautiful.
It's
Around it, you see the Alps. It's beautiful.
It's in a beautiful region. And by
Nice.
car, if you're traveling by car, it's a 30-minute car ride from Salzburg and maybe an hour and 10 minutes from Munich. By train and bus, it takes about an hour or so, and that's when you don't have half the train shutting down and the police uh, forcing everybody to exit out one door because something happened. We still have not figured out what happened, but a bunch of trains between Salzburg and the town of Freilassing and where we were trying to go, called Bad Reichenau, they were shutting the trains down. They put an announcement saying people on the tracks, but there at when we got to Freilassing, when we got to Freilassing, we had to change trains because the direct train had been shut down. But you were allowed to go to Freilassing and then take another train, kind of coming in the back way.
Mm-hmm.
But at Freilassing, they had one door on the train opening, and everybody had to go out that way. And the police were just randomly they had 7 or 8 cops there, and they were just randomly stopping people and asking for passports. Now they left us alone.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, we didn't look like criminals or who they were after.
Well, we didn't fit the profile.
Whatever profile they were after, and I don't know what the profile was because they weren't clearly targeting any ethnicity, obviously. But they definitely had some descriptions of whatever they were looking for because, they were stopping trains. And there was a huge cop presence at Salzburg, and then up at Freilassing, and then even at Bad Reichenhall, they had, because you have to go to Bad Reichenhall or Teisendorf and catch a bus to.
Vinny's here.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
And 9 hours for high. He just Googled it. I think I'd rather take a train than drive 9 hours. Were you?
But they're all beautiful. And when I get,
Anthony's in Austria.
and I'm in Austria again, guys. Joyce and I, there's no trains behind us. There's no Super K. We are using a building-wide internet surrounded by mountains, surrounded by some high-rise apartment buildings and rental properties. We're in a small room. The internet works for us when we just want to skim and watch some things, but it's not great internet connection. So, and we're kind of grainy here because we're broadcasting in 720 and it's dark. And we don't have a great light right over us, so it's going to be doubly grainy.
Okay. First of all, have we run into any more YouTubers?
No. I've been advertising myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, so we've talked about the 3 train places. And again, look for the videos, look for the shorts we're putting up. Yes, I'm putting up shorts about everything.
Because it's easier.
It's easier to put up shorts.
Yeah, you did just see Vinny. Any chance of visiting the Lokbelt of Freilassing, the train museum?
Oh, no, we did not. We could, but it's just not in our itinerary. I mean, I talked to a gentleman on the phone last night because our landlord said, "You're into model trains. My best friend's into model trains. Let me get him on the phone and talk to you." And we're talking back and forth, and the guy is leaving on his holidays today. Is like, "Well, could you come over tonight?" And I'm like, "Well, no, we got things we're planning on doing." And he's like, "Oh, well, you've got to go to the Lochveld in Freilassing, and we could go together." And I'm like, "Well, unfortunately, we're going to Berchtesgaden here because this is not just go see train stuff. This is our vacation, not my train stuff." Now, speaking of my train stuff, so we've hit the big 3. I thought this trip was really special because we hit the big 3. We hit Miniature Wonderland, the Märklineum, and today Porsche's Traumwerk. And we have been hitting a lot of shops. And that leads to, where's the little red bag? Although the little red bag's not the red. We went into a shop. Now, we went into a nice shop in Hamburg with Jean Ricard, a couple of nice shops.
Yeah.
We went into a nice shop in Freiburg where I bought a loco. And then we went into the nicest shop we've hit yet. Out of all the shops we've gone to, would you agree? Opa and Oma's.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, you're reading comments. I appreciate that. Comments. Yeah, Innsbruck is not that far away. Again, we have things scheduled. Okay, so we can't just hop on a train and be in Innsbruck in 2 hours, which we could do. We do have our vacation stuff scheduled, and we've been on the run. In fact, yesterday and today we finally slowed down a bit. And even today we spent, let's see, we left the house before 9 and we got back after 5.
Mm-hmm.
And half of that time was spent at Traumwerk.
Yeah.
So that's really the train stuff. I mean, there's things we both want to do that have nothing to do with model trains, and there's always another model train. But we are trying to hit some of the really cool
Trying to get
models here.
Anthony up the hills, you know.
And she's trying to make me hike. She wants me to. We're going to Berchtesgaden tomorrow to walk around and see the sites there. We're not doing anything related to World War II stuff. That's not my bag.
Yep.
I have no. We're not going to the Eagles area or any of that. We're gonna hike and just see the valley of the lake and everything. But we went to this, and I don't know how well this will show up. Here, let me hold it that way. Spielzeuglagen. Oh my God, the old man who owned it has either retired or passed away. I didn't quite catch because somebody else was telling me that on the phone yesterday. But it's the son and mom.
Oh, okay.
But the son is
our age.
Our age,
at least, yeah.
Maybe a couple of years younger, and mom is. Well, oh my goodness, what an awesome pair! And they've got this store, and the upper level. There's a basement and upper level. The upper level is basically two rail stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the two rail stuff, and they had everything. It's just this. It's not a tiny shop. They are packed, but it's just. They had Roke, they had Fleischmann. They still had all kinds of Fleischmann HO stuff. I mean, this was the exact type of shop I have been waiting to hit. I was so excited once we left. It was so cool because it was the shop where they had the new stuff and they had stuff from 20, 30, 40 years ago. Like, oh, we've still got this here. They had Fleischmann HO stuff. I should have been looking and asked if they had Fleischmann Profi track for my friend Jim Hover Motion because he's always looking for more Profi track. I should have asked and I didn't think about it. Technically, we could go back and ask. Although they would have short hours tomorrow and they're closed Sunday.
Right.
So don't know.
We're running out of time.
So it was amazing little shop. And then the down level was all Märklineum. And we chatted and we talked and had laughs and lots of Märklineum. New Märklineum, old Märklineum. So let's
super cool.
So well, let's start with what I already showed. Let's start with the big one.
How long have we been there? We've been in Austria now for
what is today? Friday. We've been here since Wednesday.
For 3 days.
Yeah, we've been in Germany and Austria since June 1st.
June 1st, yeah.
We left Toledo May 31st. And we will be here until Sunday. Then we go to Vienna for 3 days. Then we go back up to Bamberg for 5 days, and then back to Frankfurt for a day and leave.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
28th we'll be back home.
So I easily could have spent $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 easily.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have.
They keep them under control, Sean.
They did have this, and I'm sorry, the quality, color, and the lighting is not going to have.
Yeah,
it's the real 218.
We still have no idea what happened in the other store, but.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
It was a 218.
I don't even think I want to take this out of the wrapping, but maybe.
Wait till you get home.
This is an older model. I could not get this from Lipa. What happened?
Joseph, so you leased the 747 cargo adventure.
Well, we are already thinking it'll be cheap. It will be cheaper to get an extra bag and pay the extra bag fee than to ship it home.
We're strategizing how to get all this home.
We are currently strategery. We are currently working on strategery on how to get this all home. This is a 218.
Yeah, you did, Andy. He was after it. So.
It was amazing. I was after this. I wanted it and found it. They had so many other locos and things. nothing that was one of the specifics I needed,
Right.
but definitely, oh, I could get that. I could get that.
Yeah.
So we got a
And
218
it's
loco,
always tender.
and I got it at a
when you
Lipa
get it at
price.
Lipa.
He discounted it.
He did discount it, which is very nice.
It was very nice, very nice of him.
I saw.
And see, I'm off camera now. No, I'm on camera. And then the stupid thing. Whose idea was this? Was it your joke and I made it?
Yeah, I look at those.
At home, you like them. That's true. At home, I have a Beck's beer wagon.
We picked that up at a train show.
We picked that up at a train show in Cleveland.
Right.
Joyce said, "Oh, there's a Beck's beer wagon. Get it."
Yeah.
So then Joyce saw this one, and this is a local beer, Black Forest local beer.
Yeah, the Roadhouse.
Yeah, and it's called Roadhouse, although you probably can't see it in the bad lighting.
Yeah, probably not.
This is like the local brand down in Freiburg. So we bought it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Anthony really liked it.
And then we were in Ebersbach, which was Stuttgart, and the big Stuttgart beer, the all locals, because we always ask locals, what's the big local beer? Was called Dinkelacker. 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 So we got Dinkelacker and this. So now it looks like I shall be creating a train of beer. Oh, Vinny's got to go. All right, take care, Vinny. Sorry, Vinny, when you go on live.
But I don't know. There can be.
Vinny, when you go live at 8 o'clock, it's 2 a.m. here, so we're not there. But thank you for coming in. But so I'm going to have a beer wagon train, which can be pulled by the 218. What the hell? And then I bought all kinds. I've bought all kinds of people. I've been stocking my, and it's hard to remember which ones. Yeah. We went to another shop.
Yeah, and Anthony said, he's Märklin, and he said, well.
The guy said, nope.
No, we got nothing for
we're all Gleichstrom. Yeah. We're all two rail. He just looked at me. It's like, and he was pointing me out the door. You can leave now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get out.
He was.
It almost felt rude. Almost felt rude. And I said, yeah, but I still like to look around shops. Plus, maybe you'll have passenger cars. And then I asked him, I said, do you have OBB? Österreichisches Bundesbahn. Carlsberg. If any car were to get weathered and graffitied, that would be the one, Jean.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get a Carlsberg. We'll get a Carlsberg, and yeah, that one will have a lot of vandalism done to it, Sean Ricard. Horse piss. But yeah, I've been getting all kinds of figurines. Because if I go into a shop and spend some time, I feel like I should buy something just to do it.
It's easy enough.
And if it's something small.
Yeah.
But I asked the guy,
that fits in your socks.
Do you have any? Do you have any OBB Eurocity wagons? It's like, nope, sorry. And he was almost pointing out the door again. Yeah. But I talked to him and loosened, and he was a younger guy too, probably 30-ish. Yeah. So we definitely had some. It was an awkward beginning, but after a while he loosened up, and I mean he was never outright rude, but he just seemed to like, sorry, we have nothing that will interest you, and they had customers that clearly were interested in their stuff. He was happy to take my euro.
Happy to take your money.
He was happy to take my money. A lot of people, we've made a lot of people that might not seem to be in good moods with us much happier when we give them our money. Shocking. But we have all kinds of people. It's hard to keep them all straight now. But yeah, the beer wagons, just all kinds of very modern looking people.
That's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
We're trying to go for.
So we have the ones with dogs.
Yeah, the one with the dogs.
People with their dogs. Although that's kind of cool.
That was kind of cool because I don't have any dog walkers. We got some little school kids, so I can just get an. Whoops, I was shaking that a bit. Because I'm sorry, I hate to be rude, but all German and Austrian children sound like that. Male, female, they all have that one voice. Yeah, gotta keep the voice down. We're on quiet time now. Just some kids. Somebody says somebody's kids in this building acting up really loud.
You're trying to get.
I don't think this is train stuff.
I don't even see that.
Oh no, that's
Does it have the stamp?
no, this is, oh, I bought those patches and stuff. This is stuff from Freiburg we bought. Non-train related stuff.
Souvenirs.
So yeah, it's just been, it's been a lot of fun. But this shop here in Salzburg was the coolest and nicest shop we went into. Oma and Opa's Spielzeugladen. Yep. Their webpage is very 1990s. But oh man, they were so great. I do it when I make the video. I will try to post. I did not go inside their store. You know, the thing is, I go into these stores, and Jean-Marc knows, we start talking about other things. I don't ask, can I film your store? I really should, because I would love to pimp and promote these people. And like I said, this is a shop that if it were my local shop, I don't care what the prices were, I'd go to it because they were so awesome. It was maybe one of my favorite shops I've ever been into. I've been into so many great train shops from 2019.
We've had ones that we've enjoyed.
Yeah, but this one, yeah, the shop at Kempton, Jan and Heinrich were really. Although I think it was just Jan and his wife. Heinrich is no longer a part of it, but they still call it Jan and Heinrich. But that was a great shop. I will always love them. But this shop had twice as much, 3 times as much. It was old stock, new stock. I mean, there's stuff that I knew was out of print. They had great, all eras represented. They had so much in that shop, from the newest releases to stuff from 20, 30 years ago. And they had good sold, which is very expensive stuff. Good trains in there. And I was just like, holy cow, they've got good sold. And I did try to pimp them into my channel. I was like, well, I've got a stupid channel if you ever want to try to see what we're doing. But
you did go up a subscriber.
I did go up a couple of subscribers.
Yeah, so anyway, our excitement this morning.
Well, we are. Yeah, now somebody said Guinness. I hate to offend all my UK people, but I don't like Guinness. I have had Guinness a couple of times, and I like dark beers, and I like ales and pilsners, lagers, UK beers, European beers. I just don't like American beers. Belgian beers, Czech beers, I love them. Even Italian beer. Americans are way behind in that. I don't know why. But yeah, I do not like Guinness. I've had it 2-3 times, and I just have not liked it. But anyhow, having said all that, it's been, you know, it's one of these things where when we talk about the fact that we're traveling through Europe for a month, wow, we must be rich. We must be, you know, it sounds like we're bragging, and you know, hey, we're not rich, but things happened in the last few years to allow us to do this. I mean, the number one reason we're able to do this is I ran that exchange program for years, and I just had them deduct money out of our pay, and just it went into savings, our trip savings. And once the exchange program ended, we said, let's just keep going. And we travel cheap. I mean, this room is a fantastic room. The lighting, not the best, but we're not in it. It's got a nice bed, a nice bathroom. The shower in this particular room is a little small, but I'm 6'3", 228. I don't know. I might be 238 right now. I've eaten and had a lot here. A lot of cake and cookies and stuff. Oh,
yeah. Lagging.
This one's not lagging as much. But but we are fortunate. We are lucky. We get to do this. And I know so many of you talk about you don't get to travel. And I feel guilty if I'm here bragging about all the cool things and places we've seen. But at the same time, when you guys go places that I'll never go to, and you share your videos, you share your all these train shows like Richard Brown, Well Chuffed Railways. They go to these shows, these toy shows, and I watch these videos glued to the TV because I can't be there, and I want to be there because I love going to those type of things. I love going to toy shows and model train shows and model train shops. So I live vicariously and I'm not jealous of it. I do go, God, I wish I could be there, but I thank the people who post those videos. So if people like what I'm showing them, great. If they don't like,
Yeah, we hope you do.
if they don't like it or they go, oh, these people showing off their vacation. Well, we're not showing off. I mean, I've posted little snippets because these are cool things, and if you have a chance, because it's not as expensive as you would think.
Sure wouldn't have ever thought we'd be doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. My 17-year-old, my 25-year-old self never thought I'd be waking up in Salzburg. Yeah, 45. It was potential. Because we started the exchange program, I was 40. Because that's the thing, this is the 20th anniversary of the exchange program. It was 20 years ago this summer that we started doing the exchange program. And
agreed.
So it's crazy.
You do what you can do. So, anyway, yeah, that's
You
great.
don't go abroad. But I mean, there's a million places in the United States I've never been to and probably will never go to. I have no desire to go to Hawaii or Hilton Head, South Carolina, or a lot of places in America. But boy, give me Central Europe and I'm there in a heartbeat. Now we've added the UK to that because we loved our time in the UK. Because that's the worst thing. I haven't posted any of those because I'm posting our current trip stuff. But every day I'm getting memories from the UK on Facebook.
Yeah, right.
1 year ago today, you were in Cardiff. 1 year ago today, you were at Conway Castle. I mean, and I'm getting the memories from Philip Page and Tim J.D. and Alan Wiles and Jim at Hover Motion and visiting his house. And normally I would share those memories, but it's like I'm already posting so much.
Right.
But it was such a great trip. It's hard to believe it was a year ago already. And we're halfway through this trip, just over halfway through now. This being the 16th. But it's been unbelievable. And we have been lucky. I mean, I say lucky, but the people we've met, like our host here, Paulius, he is so helpful. He is so friendly. He's helped us get our laundry caught up, and he went out of his way to help us. There was a laundry here. That's why we rented here, but it was kind of limited. And he said, look, I've got 5 machines. Just fill it up, go, just do it. And it's a nice room. But again, this is an efficiency place. We've got a couch right behind us, no TV in here. The stove, I could reach my hand over here and burn my hand off. The sink's next to the stove. So this isn't a big,
suits our needs,
but it's perfect. It's clean. It's nice. We can move around in it, and it's costing us 40 euros a night, I think, 45, 50 euros in Salzburg, and we're a 8-minute walk to the heart of the Altstadt, and we're an 8-minute walk to the train station. So it's awesome. It's perfect for us. Yeah. But we don't have high demands. We're not high upkeep, which leaves more money for buying trains. But it's been every day. It's just, I think we hit a point we've been talking about the last couple of days, sensory overload. We go from the Rhine Falls to the Triberg Fall, hiking in the mountains, and even getting lost turns into fun. But like our hostess at the previous place outside of Stuttgart, Petra, she was a sweetheart. She was so awesome.
She was.
We had a nice studio apartment that was built onto her house. And we wish we could have had stayed in Ebersbach a bit longer. Yeah. But we were only there for the 2 nights. It was a nice room. The place we stayed at Freiburg was a nice apartment, very cool, very nice. And Freiburg was a cool town. And once we figured out the fastest way to get into the Altstadt, we had a great time. But Freiburg always was meant to be a center point. and then head everywhere else. Sort of like even Salzburg here. We spent 2 days touring Salzburg, and then today was Traumwerk. Tomorrow is Berchtesgaden, and then Sunday we're going to Chiemsee.
You look more relaxed now that you have a debate team.
I look more relaxed. Oh. Yeah, I'm still looking for a red one. But again, this shop here in Salzburg, I could have spent so much money easily just on Era 6 stuff. They had so many great freight cars and that I said we could build a train out of that. We could get 8 or 9 of those. And Joyce, and the thing is, Joyce isn't like, no, she's agreeing. We could. Yeah. But I really do try to limit
Father's
Day. Happy Father's Day. Oh, that means tomorrow's Saturday, right? Oh, so Father's Day, I get to go back to the train shop and pick out a gift. Oh, this is my Father's Day gift. Okay, that works. I'm cool with that. Best Father's Day gift since becoming.
The next thing you know, I'm 72. That's a little scary.
Yeah, I know, Mick. Time flies.
Yeah.
My favorite quote from John Lennon, and he had a lot of great quotes. Life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
Right. Luna popped in.
Hey, Luma, how are you? We are here in Salzburg.
Yeah, that's right.
Grüß Gott. Grüß Gott aus Salzburg, Österreich.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's one of the greetings here. Grüß Gott. God's greetings to you. Grüß Gott. But we just had nice people. We had the wait staff we work with. It's funny the number of people. What was that? Oh, stupid. The number of people that we just talk to and even help, even the ladies today with the luggage, the little old lady with the walker in the bathroom. I don't know. Joyce and I are nice people, I think. But we go, like we will talk to the wait staff, and we have good food. I mean, we haven't had a bad meal yet. Oh my God, we ate at the Porsche Museum today, and the prices were a little bit on the high side, but not bad. But then they bring out the meal that you think is on the high side, and you go, oh yeah, they brought out a schnitzel that was that big.
Yeah, it was a dinner plate.
It was. I'm not going to finish that, and I love schnitzel. And they put it on a mountain of fries with a big salad. Oh yeah, that's 15 euros
we
easy.
Really could have had one for the two of us.
Yeah, we could have had.
That could have been today's meal.
And no, we didn't finish. And the guy was busy, and we were trying to get his attention because all of a sudden we realized we had a bus at 3, or we had to wait till 5 to catch the next bus. And it's 2:40. So I go up to the guy and say, oh, look, and it's all in German. I apologize for being rude, but we've got to catch a bus in 15 minutes, and we're done. We had a good beer, good meal. We've got to go. And he's like, okay, it's no problem. I said, I hate to be rude. I know you've got a lot of people here. He's like, no problem. And so I gave him an extra €5 tip, and in Germany and Austria, you usually just round up to the next highest. And maybe once you get over 20, you maybe make the bill 10%. So if your meal was 20, give a €2 tip. If your meal was 30, give a, 3 or 4, you do about 10%, maybe 15%. But just to thank him for changing his routine and doing that. And you could just see, you are wonderful people. I love you. And they're making good money there. And we just do that with waiters and waitresses in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And we just make sure they're taken care of. We're always friendly, always polite.
Jim's here.
Hey, Jim. Oh, Jim. Hey, Jim. I don't know what they would have. I didn't think to ask them. But this shop in Salzburg, Jim, they had a crap load of Fleischmann stuff. HO. They had tons of Fleischmann locomotives. They had, first time I've ever seen it in an actual shop, they had Jägendorfer collection. They had Jägendorfer AC railjets. And I wanted them because I've always wanted a Jägendorfer railjet. And he says, well, you got to have the loco, which I don't have. He says, the lights won't work unless you have the loco. I was tempted to buy him. He had 8 cars. Yeah, because it was 2 cars, 2 cars, 2 cars, 2 cars. Yeah,
Mhm.
he had all 8 cars. Speaking of railjet, we ride one on Monday.
Yeah.
We did ride Austrian EC. Um, that was a bit because Deutsche Bahn struck. We had 2 issues with our trains because we booked our trips so early, a couple of them got changed. Stuttgart is under construction. Getting to the train station, getting out of the train station is a wilderness maze now.
Mhm.
Well, wilderness is probably the wrong term, but it's a concrete and steel jungle trying to get in and out of the Stuttgart. Oh my goodness!
Mhm.
But so a lot of trains are being diverted, so they're no longer going straight into Stuttgart. They're going to some of the suburb. They're going to a lot of the suburb, like in Stuttgart, Esslingen. So our train was supposed to go. We were supposed to pick it up in Stuttgart and then go here to Salzburg. And instead, they changed it and it ran. So we asked Deutsche Bahn. We said, "Hey, Deutsche Bahn, since you've changed this train's route, we've got reservations for seats that we're supposed to pick up in Stuttgart." And they said, "Yeah, no problem. Your reservations are still there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Your reservations are still there. It's all good. Yeah, 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 yeah." We went the day before our train arrived, the morning our train arrived. "Yes, yes, yes. Your reservations are still good." We get on the train, and there's 4 people sitting. Well, obviously, 2 people sitting in our seats. Now, and one of them had a reservation for that seat. The others were just people who were just looking for seats because they didn't mark the
Yeah, it
reservations.
wasn't marked on top.
So people
Yeah.
thought they were free seats because they didn't mark the reservations. So it took a little hassle. We had to explain to 2 of the people, well, we have tickets that say we can sit anywhere except in reserved seats. Well, these seats aren't reserved. Here's my ticket. Yes, they're reserved.
Mhm.
Deutsche Bahn dropped the ball heavily on that one. And then the other guy, he moved. I said, "Well, I'll let you and your wife sit together." And then he leaned over a few minutes. I said, "I actually had seat 56 reserved too." And I'm like, but he looked at our ticket. He knew we had it.
Mhm.
And it's just like, come on, Deutsche Bahn. You gotta, if you're changing routes, don't send me an email saying your trip has been canceled. Choose a new alternative. Because I called Deutsche Bahn and they said, "Yeah, your seats are still reserved because it's still the same train. You're just going to pick it up somewhere else." Well, it wasn't. But that was one craziness, other than today. But otherwise, we've traveled easily,
Mhm.
um, and just met a lot of good people because we just seem to. I don't know. Maybe I hope it's sort of a karma. We're nice to people, so we meet a lot of good people.
Yeah.
Except I did yell at a 18, 19-year-old Austrian gent or German kid today at Salzburg. We're, our train is late. Our train is late getting into Salzburg. There was a delay. We had to stop just outside of Salzburg, and we sat there for a few minutes. And all these people are waiting. This is a connection train for them. So we're all trying to get off, and these people just decided they've had enough. I mean, because there's a lot of people at Salzburg. Everybody's getting off this train. Joyce and I are trying to get off, and we let a couple of people go in front of us. And finally, a couple of the people just pushed past and started getting on. And this young guy he's yelling at the people trying to get off the train. "Hey, could I get through here?" And he's saying it in German. And I looked at him and I said, "Maybe if your pushy ass would have waited outside until we all got off, then you'd have plenty of room to maneuver and get your bag up there." Oh, he did not like me talking to him that way, but I really, you know, gave him the hate glare and said, "I will deck you." I didn't say I would deck you, but I gave him the glare that said, "I will deck you if you even think of doing something." I was really upset with the kid. I thought he was being a real douchebag. And I let him know that I speak German. And I let him know I thought he was an asshole. But that's it. That's my one mean spot of the day.
Yeah. Nope. That was good.
That was good. So, anyhow, Raymond Legs came in. Overworked and shattered. Oh,
Doesn't sound good.
yeah. So yeah, this shop here and they had everything. It was amazing. The Now I've been in a couple of shops that probably had more stock, like that one in Nuremberg in 2017, Dunenstocker or whatever it was. But this place, they were a awesome shop, and I really would love if I had time tomorrow, which I know I won't have because I think they have short hours tomorrow. I would go back and Saturday 9 to 12. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Um, I would love to go in and film the shop, but I did film them and talk to them on video. Um, yeah, it was Inga and Thomas. Inga and Thomas at Opa and Oma's Spielzeugladen here in Salzburg. What a great shop, and yeah, just wonderful people. I just can't do it, but yeah, we're still, it's we're it's hard to say, but it is winding down. Because I mean, we miss our family, we miss our kids, we miss our grandson. We're going to Vienna.
We're going to practice garden tomorrow.
We're going to Berchtesgaden, not garden. There's no R in it. Garden, garden, Berchtesgaden. But that's been the other thing to share. Joyce, who's been studying German for how long now? Well, 40 years since she's known me, but tried seriously to study. She's been doing Duolingo. Her German understanding. I have not spoken English to anybody but Joyce. And even with Joyce, I'm speaking a lot of German, and she is understanding. So, and she's been able to go places and speak some German with people. Her accent needs work.
It's horrible. I know it is.
No, it's not nearly as bad as your French accent. No, your French accent's the worst. You can't do a French accent.
Not the same.
But I was hoping, that if I ever were to do Matt Clark again, that your Trudy accent would start to improve.
Well, we'll see.
Smokey, you will be a good boy. But yeah, it is because there's so much. Oh, I didn't know. It just was working so well. I just forgot to fit. All this time we've been closed up like that, but there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Hans Peter Porsche sticker on my shirt. You changed your shirt.
Not only did I.
Yeah, you have to wear those. That's your ticket. That's your ticket. You wear this as you walk around. But yeah, so this week, I mean, imagine. I mean, if you're a model train guy, this last 8 days has been overwhelming because not even Miniature Wonderland, but TDZ, the Märklineum My World Place, which was a wonderful surprise. And then we did the Märklin Factory and Museum, the Märklineum. And then today, Hans Peter Porsche, all within a week. So just as a model train guy, plus a couple of, 4 really awesome model train shops. Even the Märklin shop was cool, it was all new stuff.
Right.
And then the museum on top of it. So if you're a model train buff, our last week was a vacation of vacations just for model trains.
Right.
Then you add to that, we've been hiking in the Alps around Salzburg, seeing the old city of Salzburg, and we've been hiking in the Black Forest and the Triberg Falls, Rhine Falls. It's been sensory overload, and we still get to go to Vienna.
We've done a lot already.
We get to go to Vienna.
We have another half of a vacation to go here.
Another half.
So probably not as much train stuff next week.
No, I don't know that I will even try to find a train shop in Vienna. And I know there isn't a model train shop in Bamberg, so I may be done with model train shops.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, Bamberg does not have a model train shop. There's one about 10 kilometers north of Bamberg that's easily reached by bus. But I don't know. So this might be the end of the train stuff. But that's a week from today. I think we're broadcasting from Bamberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a week from today we're broadcasting from Bamberg, which will be basically wrapping up our trip.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have really good internet because the place we're staying in Bamberg is gorgeous. It's a really nice one, and where we're staying in Vienna is according to the pictures, it's trapped in the 1980s. But it was for the heart of Vienna, literally the heart of Vienna.
Affordable.
It was very affordable. Very affordable.
Just keep that in mind.
It's clean. It's neat.
Yeah.
The people who actually stay there gave nice reviews.
Vienna?
The only negatives are the furniture looks like it's out of the 1980s. Could use a color change. It's like, was it comfortable? Yeah.
Info says you can visit the Vienna Technical Museum trains.
The Vienna Technical Museum. Well, we will put it on the docket and see if we can get to it. But again, if I could find a model train shop in the heart of Vienna, I would expect it to be expensive.
So we have had a soccer torta, by the way. Somebody asked that a while back.
We've had soccer torta in Innsbruck at the official. Now, we had soccer torta. Now, I got to go back. Soccer torta is a famous Austrian cake. It was a cake that started in the 1840s or 50s, and then Kaiser Franz Joseph announced he liked it, and therefore the whole country liked it.
Sure, as long as Joyce is with you, she'll probably find one train shop for you.
No, Joyce is more likely to go after I bought this loco and some other stuff. She'd be more like, nope, I'm not going to tell him he didn't see that train shop. I'm not going to. But yeah, so soccer torta started at the soccer hotel, the Hotel Soccer, the cook there. But what happened is the hotel was owned by two brothers who basically had a family dispute. And they sued because it was supposedly their mom's recipe. So the one that is the official Soccer torta is the one that is decreed by the Austrian government and everybody. And it will say official Soccer torta. And then, like, we just ate at a little diner yesterday where we had a waiter that was really overworked. Like, somebody must have called off because there was a crowd and he was doing all the tables, and mom and dad were clearly running the front. But yeah, they offered Soccer torta, and we had it. It was very good, but it was not the same. But it was called Soccer torta. Now, Soccer torta is a very dryish chocolate cake with a very thin chocolate, that harder frosting. What do you call that?
Ganache?
Yeah. Over it, or like what you put on Lynn's wedding cake. Fondant. I think it's more of a fondant.
I don't think it's fondant.
Maybe, okay, maybe it's a ganache.
Mm-hmm.
And only the official one can put the little chocolate coin on it.
Yeah.
And then it's an apricot jelly in between. So it's a very chocolate, but it's a dry and almost bitter chocolate cake. And then the sweetness of the apricot jelly filling in it. And nobody can make official Soccer torta the way the official Soccer torta people do. So you will find Soccer torta and the official. So we've had both. We've had the imitation Soccer torta, and it can only be called Soccer torta if it's made by the Soccer people.
The Fliegelmüller.
The Fliegelmüller.
Fliegelmüller.
Listen, everybody, go here, go there, go here, go there.
Geez.
You got to go here, you got to go there. Guys, you got to understand, we've already scheduled what we're going to do. So that's one of the sad things is we already have an itinerary. Before we travel, we've got to know what were we going to do. Now, we can change days. Like today it was going to rain. We knew it was going to rain today, so today was the day to go to Porsche.
Yeah.
But if today was going to be warm and tomorrow was going to rain, we would have gone to Berchtesgaden today and Porsche tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we do have bad weather and good weather things scheduled, but we try to cover all the bases. And for this trip, it has really, really worked.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Because I have one like on my near as I can see for you. So I'm pretty sure it's better than that.
One like.
We appreciate the support.
One like, and that's probably Thomas from her. I tried to encourage some of the, I've tried to encourage some shops to come to my channel, and I did get a 5-6 boost in subscribers over the last few days. So I don't know. But to any of you gents, normally I'd be running my trains and all that, but I'm thrilled to have this 218. Plus, I've got the 220 going home. It'll be waiting for me when I get home.
Yeah, it should be.
So, and like I said, there was so much more I could have bought here. There's so much more. But Jim, like I said, I should have asked if these guys had Profi track. for you, and I didn't think of it. And that's what happens. I get into these shops, and any thought of, hey, I should film this for my channel, or hey, they've got Fleischmann stuff. I should ask if they got Profi Track for Jim and get him some of the Profi Track he's been looking for, because this shop had everything. Just a little shop, big sign outside that said Märklineum. And the other shop was pretty good if you do two rail. But like this shop, the shop I went into, this Opa and Oma's shop, they had several American locomotives.
Mm-hmm.
They had the Märklin Coca-Cola train from 3 years ago. They had an old Union Pacific big boy, but not the 4014 one they released last year. They had one from a few years ago. It was amazing, 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 amazing. It was a great shop, and it's been a great time. Mm-hmm. So, again, please, if you haven't and you want to see the Märklineum, I posted that video yesterday, because even when I put really cool train-related stuff, I'm getting about 150 views. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's weird to have 1,530 subscribers and have 140 views on a really cool, what I think is a really good model train thing. I mean, I can understand my comedy stuff not getting a lot of views from the train world, but... And the funny thing is, the only thing I posted that went viral was I posted, and again, for my live feeds, I do pick the thumbnail, but on all my simple uploads, my shorts and that, I just, whatever the YouTube picks as the thumbnail, I just leave it there. And I have posted a ton of videos, and most of them went 100 to 200 views. One went 1,500 views, and that was the one that had Joyce from about here up in the picture.
I was annoyed. I had a very weird expression on my face.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, look. Breast.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh, look, breast. Must click on. Oh, wait, it's a waterfall in Germany. Boo. But yeah, we got clickbait. And I wasn't trying to do clickbait, but I had to laugh with a couple of my friends about that. Like the one that has the woman on the picture, bam, goes, I can't call it viral, but yeah, 1,500 views on it when everything else of mine gets. So, Joyce, if you don't mind, Joyce, if you don't mind, for this live stream to get more replays, I need you to arch your back and let me zoom in, or go put on a black sweater.
Anyway, I think we start with the readers.
That little tractile outfit, or the little alpine lederhosen bit.
Right.
The little lumberjack bit she bought. Just kidding. She didn't. I tried to get her to buy it, but she went. All right. So anyhow, yeah, we should log off. It's 11 o'clock here. Mm-hmm. Almost 11, 10:53. And we have to get up early again tomorrow. We got to get up and hit the road again. And because it's weird, the train is, there's one way we can catch one train and be straight where we need to go, or it's going to take 3 times as long and we have to go here, 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 and keep switching trains. The train schedules are a little weird here.
They are a little weird.
Okay, so with that said, I want to thank everybody who joined us and stuck through the bad video and that. And again, if you just, politics aside, on my Facebook page, Anthony S. Dodge on Facebook, if you want to see a bunch of Joyce's pictures from the Porsche Traumwerk today, we posted that. I posted a couple of 30-second shorts on the YouTube channel from it, because it'll probably be a couple of days to a week before I can get the Porsche movie up. It was 30 gigabytes of video information today. And it took 2 days to do 20 gigabytes of information from the Märklineum. So finally winding down. On behalf of the Model Train Outsider, the Märklin Outsider, and his lovely assistant Joyce, we will say, Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
and happy